So you may be wondering why I'm shooting from such a long distance back. Well, we just redid our back bedroom, so we might be able to do some videos and stuff in here, and I wanted to kind of show it off here. I figured it was appropriate because tonight I'm going to do an unboxing of the new Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set. And so on the side here we have a bunch of my D&D books and some miniatures up in the corner that you probably can't see. And then my World of Darkness role-playing books. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff. We threw a love seat in here so we can be all nice and comfy while we're doing our videos. So let's get started. And I'm a pretty big D&D fan. I will admit that my love will always be with Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, and that is not to say that I am an uber fan of Pathfinder, even though I understand that Pathfinder is a more or less an add-on derivative to 3.5, but I don't know. I have like 50 D&D 3.5 books, so the idea of jumping to a new edition that is really only just an upgrade to the original, it's like the difference between 3.0 and 3.5. Why buy a whole bunch of new books? So that's kind of my thing. I know there's a few improvements, but eh. So you might be wondering, why am I getting this new edition? Well, I want to know what it's like. I bought the 4th edition books. I have the core books over there. I tried it out for a while, decided it wasn't for me. I didn't buy any more. So I'm getting the starter set, and I'm going to get the core books, and we'll see where it goes from there. We'll see if I can find anyone to run it with as well. But this is what we've got. D&D Starter Set. Let's get rid of the plastic so it'll be a little bit less reflective on camera. A little less. So of course you got some pretty snazzy art there. And on the back, gives you a nice idea. Game components. 64-page dungeon book, or adventure book, with everything the DM needs to get started. 32-page rule book for playing characters, levels 1 through 5. So that's nice, as this will take you through and level you all the way from levels 1 through 5. 5 pre-generated characters and game dice. So I pre-ordered mine on Amazon. I have Amazon Prime, so this was released today, and therefore I got it today in the mail. That's a cool thing about Amazon Prime. I will go ahead and throw that out there. Not only am I going to start using that for a lot of my pre-released books, but as well as pre-released video games, because usually, as far as I understand with Amazon Prime, that means you get it on release date. So, open her up and see what we've got. First, we've got our dice set. Let's actually open this up a little bit. Alright, so, got a basic dice set here. The only thing I seem to be missing is a percentile die, which to me means that you probably don't need it in this game, because I can't see them omitting it on purpose. This is not exactly a basic dice set. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's got a little bit of a marbling to it. Bigger dice. Focus on that so you can see that. It's not too bad. So I was explaining to my son as I was about to open this setup. Pre-ordering this, I got it for about $12 plus Amazon Prime free shipping. So not only is that a great deal because it's a $20 item, but with the dice set, I mean, we all know unless you go really chintzy on a dice set, you're going to pay between $5 and $15. So this ends up being pretty much worth it. I mean, even if I don't like what I get in there, I get a decent set of dice, only waste, what, $5? So, for me, this is awesome. Dice, be gone. So, starter rule book. Now, I'm going to point out one cool thing I like about this. This is a starter set, right? And it is in full color with pictures. I mean, they could have gone cheap on this. They really could have, and put it out there for still 20 bucks, because we know how gaming companies are nowadays. It would have been 20 bucks. They could have done it not in full color and really gouged us, but they didn't. Now, I'm not saying that they're amazing for that, but I'm saying that a full color starter thing like this is not common, or at least not what I would expect. So 60 pages for how to play the game. which isn't bad. And a lot of this, okay, not a lot, but okay, this is the. Okay, it said 60. I could have sworn it said 60 pages on the back. Oh, that's the adventure book, 32-page rule book. I was looking at this. This isn't 60 pages. Okay, 32-page rule book, 10 pages of which is spells. So 20 pages to distill down all of the mechanics for this game for levels 1 through 5 to make it easy for you. That's not too shabby. Now we have the name that I'm going to mess up. The Lost Mine of Fandover. Something like that. So this is a 60-page game guide. Again, full color, stats for all the monsters you're going to need. Appendixes for information on magic items. It's exactly what you'd expect out of an adventure. Now, again, this takes you all the way from levels 1 through 5. I think that gives you a really good snapshot idea of what a system's going to be like. I mean, for the group that I ran my 4th edition game for, it only took 3 or 4 game sessions for the entire group, to be honest, to decide that that was not for them. And that was me running the very basic adventure that came out for that. So this, I think, will give a great snapshot. Again, 20 bucks to get a starter. Not bad. And character sheets, the pre-generated character sheets. Now, as I make all of my observations, we'll start here. We got, of course, a basic fighter character, right? This is not basic printer paper. It's not as thick as cardstock. I would say it's about halfway in between, so it's got a little bit of durability to last. So I think as gamers we all understand that after 2 or 3 games your character sheet can be completely thrashed, either from erasing it constantly and re-adding things on, food getting on it, because we all eat at the gaming table, don't we? Mountain Dew stains, Cheetos, we all do it, right? On the back, all the information for how to level, at what point you level, 300 XP, this is what happens, you get improved critical, all the way through level 5. So yes, this takes away the customization of characters, but that's what a starter set is. It's not for you to delve completely into the system, it's for you to get a peek at how things work and whether or not you're going to like it. So we have a level 1 human fighter, lawful good, with a background of folk hero. Now that's something I like about this system, is to add further depth into your characters, you have what are called backgrounds. This one we have a folk hero, level 1, they're all level 1. So we got a wizard, high elf, chaotic good, acolyte background. Again, these are all going to be level 1, they're all going to be stereotypes because, well, it's a good way to put out the game. Rogue, halfling, alignment neutral, that makes a lot of sense. Background, criminal, who'd have thought, right? Of course, now we have next stereotype. Cleric, hill dwarf, neutral good, background soldier. And last one, we have another version of a human fighter. It's lawful neutral noble. So my guess, just by looking at that, this is probably going to be what a basic fighter is, whereas the lawful good is going to be more of a paladin type, because lawful good fighter, that seems very paladin-like to me. Without reading it, I don't know for certain, but not too bad. And of course, an insert advertisement. What did you do last night? And not just that, but it is have a template for printing off new character sheets. So, at the very least, that means that we're all set for when we get our own books, that we can use this without having to break the spine of our book into little pieces, trying to put it onto the glass of a photocopier. We've at least got this. I mean, it's not a huge consolation, because we all know that we're just going to eventually go online, look for someone who's already scanned it into a PDF file, and put it online for us. So, actually, I'll probably just scan it, put it into PDF for myself so I can print it wherever I want. So, as I was talking to my son, I was trying to explain to him what D&D was and what this box was and why I was getting it. The question is it worth it? It really depends. For a brand new player who's never played D&D before but wants to delve into something new, but kind of that's a basic understanding of D&D. I would say, yeah, I think that's worth it. Also, it depends on how you look at it. At the full price of $20, it's going to be different than what I paid, is $12. For me, as an experienced role player, paying the full price of $20 might not have been worth it, to be honest. All I get out of it is some dice and some character sheets and an adventure. And I think the adventure itself might kind of make it worth it, to be honest. But pre-generated characters, why would I want pre-generated characters? I've been playing this game for years. I want to make my own damn character. But for someone new who's just getting into it, sure, I think that's a great deal. For someone who is experienced, probably not so much, unless you can get a deal like I did. Then at very least you get the adventure, you get the dice, that's $12, $13 worth of information right there, and you're good to go. I mean, there's nothing to say that you can't get this for the starter adventure and the dice, and then wait until the player's handbook comes out next month, make your own characters, and then go from there. So yeah, I would say I would give this a thumbs up one way or the other. Experienced role players paying full price might not be the best choice, but I would definitely say nothing else and give it a look. So, Gary Knight signing out. I'll see you later.